welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers as always. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for your beautiful friendship, for your constant presence here on my channel. To everybody who has dropped comments below and entered for your chance to win the free reading, I will be notifying the winner later today, so be sure to check your notifications. Be sure to hit your notifications if you have dropped a comment, or take this opportunity right now to drop a comment below any of my videos this month for your chance to win as well. If you have found yourself here for the very first time, I welcome you to also leave your comment. Please subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you here as part of our beautiful soul family. I have amazing subscribers. They're very supportive of each other in the comment section as well, so we would love to have you be a part of that group. For today's topic, we are looking at a zodiac love reading for the next 3 months. So what can you expect for your zodiac in 3 months' time? This has been a request from or suggestion from one of my subscribers as well about moving into more zodiac readings. So we do have 4 piles to choose from today. The fire energy, so Leo, Aries, Sagittarius with the red flower. The air elements, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra with the blue flower. The earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo with the yellow flower. And the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio with the blue flower. So whichever energies are calling out to you or pulling you towards them. It doesn't have to specifically be your sun sign. You can also tag into your moon or rising, whatever you feel motivated by or whatever you feel drawn to. That is your pile today, and my timestamps are listed below. So again, today's topic is all about a zodiac love reading for the next 3 months, what you can expect for your zodiac sign. So 4 piles to choose from, and my timestamps are listed below. I'm going to start in with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1, all of the beautiful fire signs with the red flower. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, what can you expect in love in the next 3 months? What sort of shifts and changes can you expect to come in for you? It's such a beautiful fire element with this card. She looks like a butterfly. You know, her wings are this beautiful butterfly of expansion. And so there's this idea of transformation perhaps coming in for you. Are you really transforming yourself in some way? So let's take a look here and see about what is in store for the fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I'm just going to grab a deck here. I'm going to get you the golden deck. What is in store for you in the next 3 months in love? Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We have the moon and we have the Queen of Wands coming out. And there's something really kind of intimidating by the Queen of Wands sometimes. You know, Leo energy, Sagittarius energy, Aries energy, there's a fire within you that people can kind of pick up on. But what they don't realize is that sometimes that's also an insecurity. It's like we're overcompensating because we have so many insecurities inside with all of this fire energy. And so there's an insecurity perhaps that you suppress sometimes, or that it's like, but I feel like it's hard for you to suppress it. But people see you as this very confident, you know, beautiful being, but sometimes you do get really insecure. So that could have been affecting your love realm. You could feel like you've been keeping, like love is being kept from you, or it's like you haven't accessed it fully yet, and you're frustrated by the wait, and you're wondering now, it's like, is it gonna show up for me at all? But that's why Spirit really wants to talk to you, because they're talking about confidence being reinstilled inside of you, transformation being instilled inside of you. And here's the Wheel of Fortune with the 6 of Pentacles, because there is a turn of events that's coming in your favor, but Spirit is really adamant about what is available to you with this opportunity, and really important message coming through about you pushing yourself to actually seek out this opportunity, or to actually involve yourself, because they're talking about a communication cycle that could be opening up for you in the next 3 months, and they really want you to take some time to explore it. But it's going to test your heart space. We do have the Queen of Cups here, and we are dealing with fire elements, but that doesn't mean that you don't have a beautiful, fragile heart that desperately wants to have some sort of connection, or really wants to be fulfilled, you know. And Spirit says that this could be the avenue that could get you there, but we have to crawl before we can walk. And so they're talking about a turn of events that's going to start with the communication cycle. Four of Cups reverse, and it's kind of the cure to your apathetic energy right now. It's like this feeling of stuckness, of being overlooked by the universe, of being ignored. It's like that's changing in the next 3 months. It's going to light a fire above you and below you, Spirit says, because we're coming to the end of a negative cycle, which is really, really wonderful. Because even your fire card is number 23, and we're in year 2023, but most importantly, 23 breaks down to a 5, which means that there's a lot of education in the struggles that we have when we're hitting obstacles, but when we overcome them, it's like we're rewarded rewarded with that credit. We're rewarded with the end of a cycle approaching. And so now this new cycle, they really want to highlight here the opportunity and how it has infinite possibilities for you. But we reap what we sow. And so because you've been kept waiting, while we're in the wait, we can sometimes fuel the unknown with all sorts of expectations. And when our expectations aren't matched perfectly, we hesitate to take action upon opportunities. And that is what your guides for the Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius are asking you not to do for the next 3 months. They want you to be an active participant. They want you to have an I can attitude so that you're not following into feelings of like, oh, there's something holding me back, because nothing has to hold you back in this case. And it does start with communication. But we're also claiming an authority over our manifestations in the next 3 months. We're calling back our power. We're seeing the beautiful nature inside of us. That's like, we're not chasing, we're not waiting for something to come to us, we're attracting it. And so we're changing our mindset through this process. And that's why they want to get your attention today, because they see you sitting here and they want you to know that better days are on the way, first of all, in the next 3 months. But they want you to start preparing for that now. It's kind of like someone who just lost their ice cream cone and they're so upset by the ice cream cone being on the ground, melting away, but they don't see another ice cream cone is waiting for them and it's starting to melt too. So they're really encouraging this next step, and they're really excited for you because they say that it's going to be a perfect cure for this apathy, but they need to light this fire under you now so you can start getting this process wiped out, so you can get prepared with that heart space. And it's no longer kind of having to change directions drastically and go from a huge negative into a positive, because we can't go from despair to joy in one huge leap. We have to take a baseline of peace first. So they want you to get yourself in balance and get prepared now for some big changes that are coming in for you in the next 3 months. Fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. What is coming in love for 3 months here? Gateways to success and celebration, maybe even commitments down the line if you invest that long into the connection. But they don't want to talk about forever. They want to talk about today, and they want to talk about what is seeding forever, and that is the energy within you. And that's why they need that adjusted, because they say that this is a response to our disappointment, but they're like, there's no reason to be disappointed because we have something better coming along. We have something, a big relationship here. The Wheel of Fortune is telling you that this is the turn of events coming in for you in your favor, as a new relationship. And all of these butterflies is sort of mirroring the butterfly on top of our mind. But that's why when we're manifesting something, when we're manifesting the change that we want, we need to make sure that we understand that thoughts are things. If we hold it in our mind, we can see it in our hand. And so it's really important for us to hold unwavering faith towards abundance sometimes. You can see that this little panda bear is clumsily trying to claw into this new Ace of Cups, trying to fight for optimism to get into that cup. And that's what Spirit's asking for you to do for the fire signs. It's just fight for your optimism in the next 3 months, and you'll be rewarded. The Temperance energy. You're not only going to be rewarded with a new relationship, it's kind of like a double mission here. You're going to be rewarded with more strength in your arsenal to apply when you feel an upheaval in the future. So it's like you're building a muscle towards being able to bring yourself back into equilibrium much faster. The next time you get hit with this type of wave of emotion, you'll be able to remind yourself, oh, I was hit like this and I felt like this right before I met my person. So I know that I'm going to make it through this cycle. I know that this is just temporary. Because we're building a foundation with this person, Spirit says. They just showed me the foundation energy. Yeah, there's 3 of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. But they're like, we have to crawl before we can walk. So you just have to start exploring with an open heart space. But that means that you need to be tapped into what you deserve emotionally. And so if you've been kept waiting for things in the past, there's a reason, because they were not on your frequency. And so now you're raising your expectations a little bit. And remember that this Queen of Wands, she doesn't chase, she attracts every good thing. So don't look backwards, because looking backwards is what's going to fuel more of this apathetic energy. It's time to look forward here and to take what we've learned in the past and run with it. They're talking about the conflict that we've experienced has been a huge educator for us. But look, again, we're bridging gaps, and we could be headed towards the 10 of Pentacles, but we have to start with the crawl. We have to start enjoying the process, go down that road of exploration. And what you find may surprise you. New emotional starts, the Lovers, Page of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, somebody super, super dependable. They could be an earth sign coming in for you. And you know, fire and earth is like a perfect sort of energy field as well. So just really, really exciting energy coming in for you, for the Leos, Aries, and Sagittariuses. What is coming in love for the next 3 months, please, for the fire signs? We have here, have patience. Things are being woven. It's number 18 because the unknown is waiting for you and they don't want you to hesitate for it. They feel like you've been waiting a long time or been waiting enough that it's frustrating you because she doesn't want to be kept waiting. But the fog is about to lift. Your patience will be rewarded. And it's worth the wait as well, Spirit's talking about. We have Storm, Spirit, Chaos. They're not only trying to get your attention with this card, but they're talking about permanent change that could result if we put the effort in, because the Six of Pentacles is all about, again, giving just as much as we're receiving. And so it's like a beautiful back and forth that could happen here, because we have Grace, number 49. We're ending a cycle. It's up to 13 energy. And they have this secret. It's like your ancestors are coming forward to tell you about the secret that's coming in for you. An opportunity that holds this abundance. And it almost looks like a ring sitting in that chest as well. So you've been going through this stage of want, of wait for a while. And you've been doing it with as much grace as you can muster, Spirit says. And now they just want you to coast. In the next 3 months, it's about coasting into a new beginning and not hesitating, just surrendering to it. But again, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. What can you tell me? Some advice for the fire signs, please. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius for the next 3 months in love. We have the Linden coming out. I love the Linden card because if you look at it, look at the beautiful, you're like this beautiful full spectrum of the rainbow. It's like we feel like we're halfway there before we reach our full spectrum. So I just love that energy. You could have change coming in. Let's take a look at the Linden card. It talks about peace being restored for you. You are finding life too hectic and demanding, so look for opportunities to be peaceful and quiet each day. Even if you can only snatch a minute or two, go outside and appreciate the beauty you find all around you. And that's the advice that they're asking you so that you can see the full spectrum of what's to come and not just what you're experiencing in the present as your reality, as the end-all be-all of your reality. Because Spirit says you're not yet done. You're not done, and your pot of gold is waiting for you. And honestly, when we start to explore this connection, your pot of gold could be waiting for you with this connection at the end of the day. But they want you to take your time exploring that option. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for the Leos, the Aries, and the Sagittariuses for the next 3 months in love. Any advice coming in for them? Whoops, we have the King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, the Queen of Cups, Mom and Dad of the deck in the bowl today. And so they're asking you, definitely don't look backwards because this person could be kind of a key player when it comes to emotional fulfillment and emotional abundance down the line. And I just heard Mom and Dad of the deck. So take that as it resonates to the future of your situation. If you have goals in that design in the future, this could be the vehicle that gets you there. We have a little pinch for you. We have the Rose of Hope, the Rose of Abundance, I'm sorry, the Rose of Empowerment. We have the letter P. We also have Pisces energy. This person coming in for could be a water energy. We also have Libra here as well. And we have a strong earth element to this person too. So, and I'm dealing with the collective. So there's multiple energies floating in and out. We have a commandment from the Bible that says, thou shalt not commit adultery. So take that as it resonates. We also have the yin yang. We have our Lord on the cross reversed, so it's like a victim mentality, and you may be kind of feeling like a bit of a victim, and that's not Spirit's way of wagging a tongue at you or anything. They're just saying that we get lost in despair sometimes. It can really steal our focus. But we have something coming in that's written in the stars for us. Our higher self is telling me that we have a secret, so we need to, or she has a secret, so we need to really hold crystal clear intentions when it comes to who we are with this Empress shell. Is there anything underneath it? No. With this Empress shell. And about where we're headed, because we should never waver from that truth about who we truly are in abundance. All right, fire signs, that is what I have for you. If that resonated with you, I would love to hear your story below. Please drop your comment if you would like to be entered in for a chance to win a free tarot reading with me. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the air element, so you may be a Gemini or a Aquarius or a Libra, and you were drawn to the blue flower. And this is your reading. What can you expect in love in the next 3 months? It's number 25 here, and sometimes the 25, it breaks down to a 7, which talks about some obstacles. But the good news about the air signs is that you guys are incredibly smart, incredibly logical, and you have the ability to look at things beyond the emotion of a situation, beyond the obstacle. And if that's not a strength that you feel like you have as an air sign, that may be a superpower that you have yet to tap into. And so this month or the next 3 months in love could help you to access or tap into some of that power. So let's take a look here and see about what to expect. All of the Libra, Aquariuses, and Geminis, what to expect the next 3 months in love, please. The 9 of Cups. That's kind of a good place to start. And my first position card means a lot to me. So there's the 9 of Swords. So there's a lot being communicated just with that first card, because it really speaks about the reward that perhaps is waiting for us when we overcome the challenges. Yeah, there's lots of 9s here. Lots of 9s here, which means that the obstacles that you're going to face in the next 3 months, they're not going to last, but they may be very important to kind of set the stage. Yeah, they're setting the stage for something big. I feel like you could have a Virgo energy that could be coming in for you ultimately. They have a lot that they are going to reveal to you, but they're saying that you may find that there's not a lot of momentum for the first 2 months of this time frame, and you may find that there's more momentum in that last month, because it's going to test your focus. And you may be kind of listening to this reading and then thinking about this reading, looking back, going like, there's nothing happening, but then boom, something could happen. They're asking you to maintain that focus, because it's so important when we hit a valley that if we're trying to manifest change, that we're maintaining that focus with unwavering faith, especially when we're in the valley. Because you do have a new emotional start that's going to pop up for you. There's the beautiful Queen of Swords. I love it. And what's really nice about this is that Spirit says that you're going to be kind of intuitively drawn to this person. And I feel like it's not going to come in until like the tail end of that 3-month period. So whenever you're watching this video, it's a timeless reading, but whenever you're watching it, the tail end of that 3-month period is when this opportunity in love is going to pop up for you. And I feel like it could be a Virgo that comes in as well, but you're going to be nervous and you're going to be overthinking everything, and it's going to threaten to steal that focus. That's why Spirit's like, we need to tap into your God-given energy of clarity and of discernment during that emotional upheaval, because it hits us all. And it's not like they're trying to tout you as like this superhuman who's able to just eradicate emotion. It's hard. You're still a spiritual being having a human experience. We still have to learn how to build those muscles. You know, I can't just go to the gym and start, I don't even know the terminology because I obviously don't go to the gym, but like I can't start lifting weights right away or I'm going to hurt myself. And so in the same way, we have to build up spiritual muscle too. And so this weight is going to require a little bit of focus from you, and it's going to test it a little bit. But Spirit's indicating that it is kind of worth the wait if you're willing to hold on. That's why the Queen of Swords, she's observing. She's just waiting for her abundance to come in. And it's like looking at her hand, I almost just heard, I'll allow it. It's like, oh, I'll allow it. It's like she's summoning something to her. And that's what Spirit wants you to feel like you're doing for the next 3 months, is that you are the manifester of your dreams. You know, you're the one who gets to create that tapestry of your own story. And so it's about kind of summoning the energy that you want through your thoughts, feelings, and intention. There you are again, the Queen of Swords. Because a strong momentum is pulling you forward in the next 3 months. But having access, it's like they really want you in this observant position so that you're very well aware when this upheaval of emotion hits you. And sometimes, you know, I can be like that. I can be like in the throes of emotion and being like, where is this coming from? Logically, this doesn't make sense. And that's what Spirit's asking you to tap into. 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords. It's almost like they're asking you to be prepared for permanent change when maybe we don't feel quite ready for permanent change. It's like, I don't know if I want to commit to permanent change. I don't know if I want to commit to this next chapter in love to be the end all be all for my relationships. Now, I will say with the 10 of Pentacles, with investment in time, that could be exactly what happens here. But Spirit doesn't want you to think that you have to put all your expectations into that basket either. It's about the present moment, bleeding into the next present moment, and taking it day by day. Because you're building a new foundation and you've manifested this change. You've manifested this change, and now you're being rewarded for it. But be careful what you wish for. It just might happen. This could start with some sort of communication cycle. We have the Earth Mother. And there is an emphasis here about what's going to be revealed to you after this initial start, because your higher self is coming forward saying, you know, I have so much that could be revealed to a certain specific energy that's watching today. And of course, this isn't going to resonate with everyone because I'm dealing with the collective, but there's someone watching that you have deep desires when it comes to family, when it comes to motherhood, and the Spirit's like, this is the person. This will be the person for you. And that won't resonate with everyone. And that's why they always encourage us. There's the Nine of Cups again. They always encourage us to take it day by day, to embrace the present opportunity, to say yes to change, and to really embrace joy in that present moment, because that's the type of seed we want to plant if we want to see that moving into the future as well. We want to see that breakthrough. And what I love is that it's the full circle of the Nine of Cups, and you've manifested it. You've manifested it. Back of the deck is the Four of Cups and the King of Pentacles. And there is an emphasis on an earth energy making a presence in your life as well. And there is this feeling of like, you don't even have to go looking for it. It's going to find you in the next 3 months. It's going to find you. You're going to be kind of working on your focus, maybe working really hard, to be honest, to maintain that focus, to maintain that optimism throughout those waves of emotions after this hits you. And you won't even have to go looking for it. It's going to arrive. Spirit says it's going to arrive. But what you will have to do is to reach out and take that cup. What is happening in the next 3 months in love, please, for the air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the ghosts. The ghost from the past, and we have the chicken. Oh my goodness. And that's the thing, is that there's the intellect as well with the devotion card. And we have the knife. Because the intellect, and Carson, that's the perfect reflection of the Queen of Swords, is someone who's incredibly, incredibly smart. But sometimes it's like we can get in our own way because we're too logical, you know, or like we get too focused on pessimistic results and not enough on abundant sort of results, and we get too devoted to that mindset. So instead, Spirit says we need to embrace change, and the chicken card is about preparing ourselves for that change, because we will have to step ourselves outside of comfort zones. And when we do that, when we embrace that change and we have new emotional start, the universe is going to look at you and it's not going to recognize this new vibration, and so it's going to throw some insecurities at you when you're waiting. It's going to throw uncertainty at you, and we have the choice in that moment to either be like that whole aspect of I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever bounces off of me sticks to you, or to absorb it. And Spirit's asking you to not absorb it. They're I don't want to say they're worried, but the knife on the back of the deck is all about fear of being hurt and sort of fear of the other shoe dropping, so to speak. And Spirit wants you to have a more optimistic approach to the future. I just saw leadership, and it's reversed. Again, you don't even have to do it. You don't have to go looking for this person. It's going to arrive at an unexpected time in some sort of communication cycle. It's like there could be a work element to this too, but Spirit says it's going to find you in some way, because the stag leadership just came in reverse. You don't even have to do it. This person's going to come forward. But we do have your courage still being tested. You're still going to have to reach out and accept an offer, or reach out and accept an attraction of some sort in your life. And they just want you to trust in the magic. And what I love is that it's number 25, and you were drawn to number 25 because you're walking through these obstacles with determination. And you can see that this, I almost called it an owl. This wolf is howling at the moon. It's like we're howling at the unknown. And that's what you're going to have to face, is the unknown with this person. But you will be rewarded. That fell. You will be rewarded with that unknown energy. Sorry, I dropped that. Let's get you one of these. What can the air signs, please, the Libras, the Geminis, the Aquariuses, expect in love in the next 3 months? What they really want to emphasize is this Nine of Cups, is that they're moving you through towards something that's going to fulfill you, that's going to make your wishes come true. We have the, I don't even know if I can say that. I don't know if I can say that word. We have the, I don't even want to butcher it. I hate butchering people's names. I hate butchering words. The baobab tree. And it's all about survival. It says here, have faith in the universe and their ability to provide you with exactly what you need whenever you need it, and to offer you spiritual protection. Use your resources and talents to get most out of every single day. And that's why they're encouraging you to really focus with unwavering faith upon what you truly want, not as opposed to what you're not receiving. We have Linden, the piece here. It says you get caught up in something that is hard to resist. It could be helpful or let me start over. You are caught up in something that is hard to resist. It could be an unhelpful habit or a particular way of life, but you can only detach yourself from it with effort. Once you're able to do this, you will feel free and light. And what's beautiful about that is the fact that we're caught up perhaps in our overthinking cycle or a worry cycle or anxiety or even some mild depression that could be influencing your perspective or how you view a situation. And that's what Spirit says, we're kind of caught up in that cycle. But now it's time for us to focus with unwavering faith about the next chapter and to close down that cycle. And you have like an aspect of someone coming in to kind of help you in that regard as well. But let's get a charm bowl, please, for the air signs, the Libras, the Geminis, the Aquariuses, what to expect in love in the next 3 months. Temperance, the Tower. Temperance is a feeling of stuck when it's reversed. But you have reasons to celebrate in the next 3 months because permanent change is coming in for you. But part of this is that permanent change is them trying to tap into your truth, or it's like they're trying to tap into that strength in you of discernment, because they're trying to break old habits of overthinking. They're trying to get you to see things in clarity in the way that it is in the present moment, and to launch yourself from that perspective instead of a perspective of despair. And so they're adjusting. They're using the next 3 months to make many adjustments in your spiritual field, but also they're doing it in a physical form too, because celebration is coming by the end of that 3 months. New emotional starts, new relationships forming. We have the letter M. We have here the honeycomb, and they're stuck. It's stuck to the frog. The honeycomb is stuck to the frog. So it's time to clear out clutter and to really use our ability to tap into our spiritual knowledge to be able to clear out clutter, because we're forming a brand new foundation. So when we are trusting in our higher self, she's letting us know that this new foundation is going to be something strong that we can build upon. We have handmade, and we also have the handmaid stuck right to this little bicycle. And I think about children, and I think about decisions made by children or for children. We have the open book. We have little angel. I think of kids as well. We do have loyalty to a mindset that you've adopted being tested ultimately in the next 3 months. So this is the mindset, and we definitely want an adjustment to that anyway. So that's a very positive thing. We also have the dragonfly about changing directions and becoming more hungry for our own success by being very, very focused and thoughtful with what thoughts we are being influenced and what we're fueling at ourselves every day. All right, air signs, that is what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, please drop that comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your like button and your notification bell if you do, so that I can bring you more content and notify you if you're chosen the winner. But you can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading or for Instagram. But please come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3, all of the Capricorn, Tauruses, or Virgos. You were drawn to the yellow flower, and this is your reading, a Zodiac love reading for the next 3 months. What can you expect to change or happen in a current connection or in new connections opening up? The earth element here is number 26, which is all about sort of gaining mastery over a situation as well, especially when it comes to love. So this could be you already could be in a relationship perhaps, and you want to know where it's going to evolve to in the next 3 months. And so we could be transitioning together to help strengthen a connection, or we could be working towards building a brand new connection. So let's take a look and see what you can expect in love in the next 3 months if you are a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And this could be your sun, moon, or rising energy. We have the green woman, and I love that it's the green woman in this deck, and she's not coming out completely upright, so I almost want to keep her in the reversal a bit, but let's keep her upright for now. She was sort of in a state of limbo when she came down. And I often say that the first position card for me is really important for me as a reader. So this is a beautiful sign. But I feel like you don't see yourself the way that you should see yourself. Like, look at this beautiful woman. She's everything beautiful but the divine feminine, and you don't perhaps acknowledge yourself in that way. But the next 3 months could bring about change that can help you to better see yourself in that light. We have the Knight of Swords and we have the Eight of Stones, skill. There could also be an aspect of the work realm when it comes to love for you in the next 3 months as well for the earth signs. We have the Page of Swords. You have the 18, the Moon. And we have the Eight of Cups. Back of the deck is the Queen of Wands, and we also have the 14, the Balance energy, and there's the higher self. We have the 14 reverse, the Balance energy, and it's the feeling of being stuck or not being able to be in free flow or be in motion. It's like you feel like you're being kept waiting from things. And there's also an aspect of you keeping yourself waiting from really seeing the true essence of who you really, really are. Now, I feel like I have multiple energies that are floating in here when it comes to what to expect in the next 3 months. I feel like if you're already in a relationship, there's an uncertainty surrounding that relationship. There's an uncertainty, and this person could perhaps be keeping you waiting when it comes to where you think it's going, or if it's going to move into a full-fledged commitment, for instance. Because it's like we're working on something with the Eight of Stones skill, and we also have this Knight of Swords, but it's the hawk and it's not in motion. The hawk is supposed to be in flight if it's the Knight of Swords. It's supposed to be rushing to conclusions. But in this case, Spirit's like, we're not going to rush to any conclusions in the next 3 months when it comes to deepening an already present connection. We're going to continue to learn and grow in that connection, and then we're going to have more information to allow us to make certain decisions about where we're headed. And I feel like there's a lot of worry surrounding an earth energy. So you may be actually an air energy or an earth energy. Maybe you may be involved with that this time. You have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups. And I do feel like for the next 3 months, this person that you are involved with could definitely keep you waiting when it comes to clarity about where it's headed. And I keep hearing that Alabama song, I'm in a hurry to get things done, rush and rush because life's no fun. But what Spirit's actually trying to bring in for you in the next 3 months is a communion of peace, so that we're no longer plagued by the fears of the unknown. It's no longer a weight upon our shoulders when we have something available to us, or we have an opportunity at hand, and we are allowing that uncertainty of the unknown to really turn it into a negative way instead of just an anxious way. It's like thinking about Christmas Day gets people really excited, but thinking about something that we're not looking forward to can really send us into despair. And I feel like if you're in a relationship right now, it's like you just want to know where it's headed. You just want to know if it's headed for something more, or if it's something you should, fuel your energy into or not. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Knight of Cups, and we have the Two of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. And there's the Nine of Pentacles. The good news is that Spirit says that the worst is behind you, especially at the end of that 3 months. The worst will be behind you when it comes to waiting to see where this person wants to take this connection. But the other good news is that you're not waiting for this person to make a decision about your life and about where you focus your energy. The Queen of Wands does not like to be kept waiting. And I know we're dealing with air elements, but you could have maybe a fire element in your moon or rising, or you could have fire in your chart somewhere that doesn't like the uncertainty of the wait. So it's testing that patience as well. But they're also saying that we can utilize the in-between to observe and choose if we actually want to invest ourselves. It's like we're not waiting for this person to make a decision. We're going to make our choice ourselves, and we're going to really be vulnerable in that decision. The good news is that this Eight of Cups, it says rebirth underneath. And the Eight of Cups is about walking away from unsatisfying moments in our life, unsatisfying environments. It talks about the wait towards fulfilling love coming to an end as well, because look, the eights were gaining mastery here over this uncertainty, over the weight that this uncertainty bears upon us in our environment, because it's too heavy of a burden to carry, and it's unnecessary for us to carry that extra weight. Because it's almost like this anxiety is like praying for something that you don't want twice. What they are saying, though, about the person that you are invested in at this moment, that there is, your higher self is coming forward saying that this person will want to continue to move through, There's an aspect of protection surrounding this connection as well. And they see it really taking off. They see it really taking off as well. So the wait will not last forever, but the wait is very purposeful to get you back into a state of unwavering faith about where you want to be, because it feels like you're waiting for someone else to tell you what's going to happen. But the truth is that you're going to choose if you want to participate. And ultimately, this person's going to continue to choose to participate as well, because the next 3 months are going to offer you the opportunity to gain more peace over uncertainty. But it's going to test that first. Now, if you're not in a connection here, there could be an unknown energy. It's almost like a watcher mentality, or somebody who's not taking action. And you could be watching someone else. You could be watching an air sign, and you're really unsure about whether you should take action, especially if it's in the work realm. And Spirit says that you should take action. You should face the unknown so that you leave no stone unturned. So if you're not in a connection and you're really interested in someone, especially in the work realm, Spirit says you may need a vulnerable heart space to get things in motion, because otherwise that person could keep you waiting longer than you feel comfortable. So that's a secondary message coming. What can the earth signs expect in love, please, in the next 3 months? The Capricorns, passages, the standing stones, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And we also have here retreat. Back of the deck is purification, the pine spirit, and it's number 30. So we're building upon an already present, perhaps, foundation. And this foundation, it's kind of being, I don't want to say it's being protected, because there is a protective element around it, but there's this aspect about kind of being kept waiting and putting this person's desires on a pedestal before our own. And so she's empowering herself by walking through the passages of her own transformation. She's making the choice about whether she wants to be involved. And that's where Spirit wants your focus to shift, is that you're not waiting to have a white flag or a red flag from this person. You're going to communicate what you want. You're going to communicate what you want. You're going to embrace the sense of independence that's already inherent in your energy field. And you're going to embrace the fact that this is already you. This is already you, and that anyone who loses that is a fool, truly. So we're clearing out the clutter. What to expect for the earth signs in the next 3 months in love, please. We have here milk. I think of nostalgia. I think of homecoming, of nourishment, and easing burn. Like I think of like heartburn. I think about easing a burn. And we have wildflowers. It's coming out reverse. It's talking about renewals and romances, but it's not necessarily a renewal. It's either something new coming in, or you are strengthening an already present connection, because the future right now feels so uncertain. But there's two tentacles here, not just one person deciding the future. There's two people deciding the future. And so Spirit wants you to be able to make your choice as well, not wait for another person to make the choice for you. But I still see it advancing. I still see more emotional connection waiting for you at the end of that 3 months. So let's get one of these. Wisdom of the Tree Oracles, please, for the earth signs, the Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgos. We have the Indian Bean, and we also have the Horse Chestnut on the back of that deck from the Wisdom of the Tree Oracle. Now, the Indian Bean talks about vitality. It says, do not overlook the obvious and simple ways of healing yourself. Ensure that you have plenty of rest and sleep, and find the time to prepare and eat wholesome foods, regardless of how busy you may be. And so sometimes when we have our mind prioritized upon waiting, upon new information coming in, we neglect ourselves. And so that could be why the Empress came out here in the sideline in a sort of a limbo state when it first fell down, because Spirit says you're neglecting something about your physical form, and they want you to start to fuel your mind, body, and soul with more abundance. We also have the Horse Chestnut, which is all about consideration. Try to avoid rushing to judgment or arriving at instant conclusions, because these may mean that you have ignored important considerations. Be particular and careful not to assess other people's actions at a superficial level. It's like giving someone a chance to experience the journey with you, and not forcing our expectations upon the other person that you are currently invested in. But it is about observing and then choosing if you do want to participate overall. So lots of shifts and abundance that can come in for you in the next 3 months for the earth signs. Oh, we have the Tower energy. But the Tower energy, again, it's coming in a state of limbo because it's all about sort of choosing that. It's like having an epiphany or choosing whether we want permanent change to come in. So it's like we're waiting to see if the tower is going to fall. But Spirit says you have the power to push that tower over if you choose to. We have the Ace of Wands and we have the Five of Wands reverse. And I feel like some frustrating delays in clarity are really, or even frustrating delays when it comes to just an exploration phase in your relationship is really causing concern in your heart space. It's making you feel like you're just an option or there's competition for you. And that's, again, where Spirit wants to tell you that there is no one in competition with you. There's no one in competition with you. It's only our perspective of competition that can deflate us in that sense. We have the letter G. We have dream. We have run. We have love on a foundation. And so there's an aspect about like taking off before I get rejected. So there's an aspect of being kept waiting. So you may feel that that is something that happens in the past connections that you've been involved in. It's like I reject before I get rejected. But I feel like there's something really special about this person that you really like. We have the Divine Feminine with the Empress shell. We have love on a foundation. And we have it next to the Star of Aquarius. So it's like we're not committing in the next 3 months, but we're starting to build upon a foundation in a very more hopeful way than what we've attacked the first 3 months. We have the yin yang, and we have an anchor here with the zero of a fool, and we have butterfly of transformation and a bird in flight. So I see things progressing in this connection here, and it could just be in sort of a friends with benefits situation for someone as well. Maybe not for everyone, but there's like a friendship energy with the friendship ruin. And so it could be uncertainty in that realm. It's like, I want to move into a full-fledged relationship, and you just want to keep things loosey-goosey. So it's about a shift and a transition from that aspect. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. Hope that it resonates with you. If it did, please drop your comments below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free tarot reading here with me. You can also check out my links for Etsy for a personal reading or for Instagram. But I do hope that you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, all of you beautiful water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is your reading if you were drawn to the water energy here, and that could be your sun, moon, or rising sign. And this is your reading about what to expect in love in the next 3 months' time for your water energy signs here. So it's number 24, which is breaking down to the 6, which is victory, and about really aligning ourselves with a higher version or with source or with a helper that's coming in to help ease a transition of some kind. So let's take a look and see what you can expect in love for the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, in the next 3 months. Now, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you fall upon or find this reading, it's 3 months from today, what to expect. You have the Three of Swords. We're starting with the Three of Swords. But there's really a strong message coming through about this Three of Swords already, about past heartbreak being a doorway or a vessel for more. An expansion that is we didn't know if was possible, and it actually is very possible because your higher self is coming forward saying, I know something you don't know about the unknown and about what's coming, because we're putting an end to that heartbreak of yours. And they're also talking about sort of an addictive cycle coming into an end for you over the next 3 months because of this new beginning or because of this opportunity. But they do want us to start to address some of the emotional tags that are holding us to the past. Because instead of looking at it as a whole, they want us to look at it as a launching pad. We have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Back of the deck, we have the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords. And what's interesting about that is that's the Temperance energy, and it's like we're not quite ready for changes in love, or we're not quite ready for shifts, extreme shifts in love right now, because we are still reeling from a heartbreak, or it's like we're not ready. But that's why Spirit's like timing works perfectly but we don't really recognize that until after the fact. Like it's like we can never prepare fully for anything, and we can never sort of hold off expectations, because sometimes the universe's timing is perfect when we don't realize it. So we may not feel ready. We may feel conflicted because we're going through like a depression cycle or insecurity cycle. We're definitely not feeling good about ourselves and about an old attachment. But this moth reminds us that if we keep going back to that energy, we're going to keep getting burned. And so it's about learning from that lesson and taking the lesson that we've already learned from that old energy field and running forward with that lesson. There could be a school element here to your situation. You could be going to school, for instance. And that's what they're saying. The Three of Swords is acting as that vessel, like the Six of Swords, to transition us into the new beginning. And just like Rue McClanahan said, every kick's a boost. And so your higher self is like, we're going to use this. We're not going to let it go to waste. It's a lot of energy that we're applying to this heartbreak. So we're not going to let that go to waste. We're going to gather it up. We're going to put it in a bag, and we're going to sit upon it and float away from that heartbreak. The Ace of Wands, because you're about to be inspired to change. So you're not going to be able to not see the attraction. And there could even be an internet aspect to this next chapter for you. But it almost feels like it's like a frustrating, or it's almost like it's begrudgingly. It's like I'm begrudgingly putting myself back out there, or I'm begrudgingly just testing the waters a little bit because I still am holding space. But they're asking us to let go of this unnecessary burden that's not ours to carry anymore. And then we'll be free. We'll have freedom. It's almost like you're dragging your feet towards this new opportunity a little bit. And I feel like there's this hope that in this reading today, you would receive this message about this heartbreak that you're holding on to returning to you. But Spirit says that's a lesson that has come to a close. And they sometimes bring in information that we need, not information that we want, because they're trying to usher us into a brighter day. And ultimately, they say if you just take what you've learned there and rush forward, you're going to be rewarded here. I do see sort of this aspect of reunions but it's not a reunion from this person in the past. They're talking about sort of a reunion of souls, so to speak, but also the person coming in for you in the next 3 months that you're going to start talking to on the internet perhaps, or there's some sort of online component to that communication, that they're a different culture or they're different from you in some sort of way, but that's exactly what you need to get out of that comfort zone, to get out of an old timeline. You're embracing a brand new timeline. And so Spirit is encouraging you to get to know this person. They say that there's an aspect of you not being ready to go into a full-fledged relationship, but this person is like willing to be patient, to be honest. And I think that they're really funny. And that's the other reason why you can't help but want to be around them, is because they automatically lift your spirits. They lift your vibration. They're really funny. They have a lot of sarcasm, I think, in their humor, but they make you feel more alive. Like they bring out this beautiful energy in you. And they also, it's like they bring in a conflict to the conflict that you're feeling. It's like they make conflict within your attachments, because it's like they make you feel more alive. And there's a beautiful flirtation cycle that they bring. It's like a back and forth flirtation with this person too. And so Spirit says that what you do with this opportunity will be yours, of course, to kind of take it and run with it, because the Two of Wands is planning energy. Again, there's an aspect of the internet being involved in some way, so please take that as it resonates. But they're wanting you to plan for further expansion. And they're saying that you get to decide where you want to take this. The only request they have is that you allow it to take you out of this. And then where you take it from there, Spirit says, have at it and take it where you want it to go. There can be longevity with this person. It's a really kind of dependable type of person coming in for you. A patient person. And someone who is, even though, they have their own insecurities of their own, of course, and they have a really good sense of humor. And I feel like they're really chatty. And it could be nervous chatter, but I feel like they talk a lot in some way. But they're different from you. It's like they're not your usual type. They're not your usual expectation. But that's exactly what you need, Spirit says. And so this number 26, again, is a helper coming in to help get you out of that cycle. They may not be your forever, depending on how you want to invest here. But the Nine of Pentacles is saying that with this person's help, with this new emotional start's help, you can achieve a secure position about who you are, where you're coming from. You're no longer stuck here behind this doorway. This pain becomes the doorway to more. It clears out clutter. It helps to clear out depression, helps to clear out overthinking energy that you have invested or monopolized most of your focus on, a past person, a past heartbreak, and it brings about permanent change. So they're just preparing you for expansion, preparing you for union, and they want you to know that it's very purposeful towards moving you into a more free and peaceful cycle in your life. What changes in love? What is happening in the next 3 months in love for the water signs, the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio? And you know, because you guys are water energies, there's a really strong emphasis on your beautiful souls, on your beautiful heart, on your ability to tap into emotion, on your ability to really embrace emotion. But because that's your superpower, you're going to find that that could sometimes work against you. And it's something we have to gain mastery over. We have to learn how to have it work for us. And so you may find that because you have all of those elements of strength, that's also going to feel like a weakness while we're building up that muscle. So you're going to be perhaps have things written into your soul contract that you put there that will create some of this, just so that you can wipe it out and learn how to use it instead of getting sort of pushed under the surface with it, sort of drowned. Because we have expansion. Be prepared to level up. You can see that bird is still taking that leap of faith, pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. Because Spirit wants you to know that, like, this person's willing to kind of go through this cycle of just having fun, just flirting, just going out together for some time. And this is an opportunity for you to gather as much information as you need to close out those old cycles. Because this death cycle is telling you that this new cycle holds the world for you. But it has to come at the cost of that old cycle closing off, those old attachments. And we have going with the flow, the meandering pathway. They don't want you to hurry, and they say that you don't have to in this next chapter. You won't see, you know, you won't meet someone and then commit to them by the end of that 3 months. That's just not how it's going to go. They want you to spend some time building up that confidence. And what I love about that is it's 24. Meandering pathway is 24 as well, because we're going through towards victory and we're building confidence on this pathway. And that's the type of help that this person or this energy is bringing in for you, because you have not experienced a lot of joy in the last couple of months. And now we're bridging that gap. We're learning how to shift our focus back from lack back to abundance. And this person's going to help us do that, because they're going to make you laugh and they're going to make you feel good and they're going to boost your confidence. They're very complimentary. I almost heard like a Southern accent. So take that as it resonates to someone's situation, a Southern accent. Now we do have the tree coming out here. And you'll notice that this tree has very shallow roots. It's very hollow inside as well. So what you're holding on to perhaps is less sturdy than you think. It's like the roots aren't as deep as we think that they are. And it was that feeling that they left you with this hollow feeling. We come to know the truth by the way that it feels. And that truth is an educator for us to move ourselves out of that cycle. We do have chicken coming out, and we do have rebellion, because the same walls of protection you've built up for yourself, especially you can see these two birds not in flight, so the heartbreak really representing these two trees bleeding. So heartbreak, we build up walls of protection, are now the same walls we're going to have to come crumbling down. We're going to have to brick by brick take them away to reveal our vulnerability, because we're afraid moving into this next cycle. That's where the chicken is coming from. But you know what? Spirit says you're going to break down those cycles, and this person's going to be able to help you brick by brick break down all of those walls. So don't be afraid of what's to come. Just, if anything, we should fear staying stagnant, because then nothing changes. Let's get one of these Wisdom of the Tree oracles, please, for pile number 4, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What to expect in love in the next 3 months. Whoop, almost lost it. What to expect in love, please, in the next 3 months. The bristlecone pine with the Scots pine. The Scots pine is all about construction, which I really love, because you're like moving through this construction zone and you're on your way up. It says, are you building the life that you want, or do you feel dissatisfied because something is not working out the way that you would like it? Look beyond the day-to-day difficulties to gain a clearer view of what and where you need to make changes. And in this present moment, Spirit's like, this is where we need to clear out clutter, is our internal conflict that is contributing to a stuck mentality concerning a past heartbreak, because we're moving past that. We have the bristlecone pine as well, which is talking about being persistent. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. He's persistent. It says life does not always run smoothly, and you are currently facing difficulties. Do your best to remain strong and steadfast during these troubling times. Persist with your goals while learning from your setbacks. And that's what they're asking you for. They're asking you to learn from that past heartbreak, so that you can persist and gain in this next chapter. And there can be a lot to gain here if you choose to participate, if you choose to invest. Spirit says it's going to go slow, but it's like this momentum. It's like when we start to roll a snowball and we're rolling it and we're going slowly. Eventually it hits a hill and we lose control of it and it snowballs. The snowball effect makes it bigger and bigger and better. So Spirit says that there's more better days on the way. There's more to come for you. And we're closing out old chapters in the next 3 months. And you have a new opportunity to laugh and to have fun with a new person who's very different from you, but I feel like they complement you very well. Let's get a charm bowl, please. For the water signs, the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpios, what to expect in love in the next 3 months for the water energies. Whoops. We have the Temperance, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Three of Wands. Now, there's an aspect of like, frustrating delays and taking our time here. We have the Wheel of Fortune, so a really good event or a positive event in your favor coming in the next 3 months when it comes to love cycles, but us really taking our time, meandering down this pathway in our own state of flow towards recognizing it, towards acknowledging and embracing the expansion that it represents too. But what's beautiful is that at the end of that long winding road is the sun, is clarity, is joy. So you're definitely moving out of a negative timeline into something way more abundant. In the bowl today, we have the letter S and I and J. We have time. And it's going to take time. I feel like you need time. That's the other thing too. We also have the red lips, so attraction with the red lipstick. So going out and having fun, I feel like you're going to be doing that in the next 3 months. This person's going to take you out in some way. We have a little girl, we have the Seven of Wands. There are some aspects of our insecurity that holds us in attachments to these past heartbreaks, and it is associated with our sense of security that was established or not established totally in childhood. There could also be children involved as well in your situation, so take that as it resonates. We have the letter Q, and we have a quote from A Midsummer's Night Dreams, and every fair from fair sometimes declines. So it's like the bloom falling off the rose. And so there's an aspect here too, is that the deeper you get into this new timeline, the more this pain is going to be fading and fading and fading away. Pile number 4, that's what I have for you today. Hope that it resonates with you. If it did, please drop that comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free tarot reading with me. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading or for Instagram. But I hope that you do come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.